Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets by J.K. Rowling. Um, obviously there's not much to say about these books that hasn't already been said, but I really enjoyed them. I enjoyed book two about as much as book one. I don't think the series has a dud. If you just pretend like the Coast Child never happened, all seven books are great. So yeah, really enjoyed it. We meet Dobby in this one.
Oh, yes, sir. Dobby understands.
So he sneaks into Harry's house and tries to warn him, and he's like, "Don't go to Hogwarts, or you're gonna die." But Harry realizes, well, he'd rather face possible death than live with the Dursleys anymore because the Dursleys are very abusive and nasty people. And Mr. Dursley locks Harry in his room like an animal, but unfortunately, his best friend Ron is able to save him. So Ron and Fred and George steal the dad's flying car and are able to break Harry out of his house through the window. Um, but once they get to Hogwarts, like Dobby said, it's not all peachy keen because one by one, students are being petrified or cursed and by this mysterious heir of Slytherin. So everybody thinks that Harry did it because he has the ability to speak to snakes, and only evil people could speak to snakes, apparently. Um, he's being accused of a crime he didn't commit. We've all been there. I remember back in high school, people thought I stole the vibraphone mallets, but I didn't. I'm basically Harry Potter. Also, there's a new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher named Gilderoy Lockhart, who's a famous adventurer and author who, acts like he's better than everybody. So he turns out he's not. He is a plagiarizer. He steals people's work and publishes it and pretends like he did all that stuff, and then uses a memory charm on them to make them forget about it. So, not the best guy. But turns out, he tries to use Ron's Rond, but because Ron's Rond, kind of hard to say, was broken, it backfires and makes him forget everything, forget who he is. So that's a little ironic, don't you think? Meanwhile, it turns out that the guy the one who's been petrifying all these students, is Ron's little sister Ginny, because he found this diary, and the more he writes in the diary, the more the diary has an influence on us, kind of Stephen King-ish. So, um, we find out that the diary was originally owned by Tom Riddle, aka Voldemort, and I think that's kind of a cool twist because finding out that Tom Riddle was just a normal Hogwarts prefect 50 years ago, I like that because Voldemort isn't just this monster without a name, like this inhuman thing. He is a human. He's just like the rest of them. He has a name. So I think that kind of humanizes Voldemort a little bit and puts a name to the face. Luckily, Harry is able to defeat the ghost of Tom Riddle, or the younger version of Tom Riddle, by stabbing the knife through his book, which defeats him, which we later find out in book 7 is a Horcrux, or book 6, I can't remember. But I like finding out about Voldemort's backstory. I think that's really interesting. It shows I like knowing why villains are the way that they are. Tom's the way he is because he hates muggles because his dad abandoned him. So, you know, it's kind of shows like Harry could have went down a similar path if he wasn't as compassionate as he is because, the only muggles Harry knew for Hogwarts are, people who abused him. So, it's like the nature versus nurture thing. Just because you're dealt a bad hand doesn't mean you have the right to be evil. It's kind of a point Rowling makes in the Coleman Strike series. Not to spoil which book it is or who the villain is, but I think in book 3 they kind of make that, kind of has that same analogy. But yeah, overall, great book. It ends with Harry tricking Lucius Malfoy into giving Dobby a sock.
Dobby is free.
This thing is so cool. I got it at Walgreens for like $5. Anyway, um, yeah, book two, certified classic, as well as the other books in the series. I think this might be the weakest in the series, but even still, considering I enjoyed it so much as a kid and an adult, it shows that even the weakest Harry Potter is a banger. All of them are awesome. So, let me know what you guys thought of the Chamber of Secrets down in the comments below. I'm gonna read Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, though probably not until July because right now I'm reading The Way of Kings and I'm only a quarter way through that, and I also want to read the next Mistborn book, so it's gonna take me a while, but eventually I'll be able to get to Prisoner of Azkaban. But it's been a really fun time reading these books as an adult because it confirms my suspicion. These books could be enjoyed by all age groups. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, peace.